So, now the moment we've been waiting for, one of them. Please look at the elegant piece of machinery here to my right. I'd like to ask a representative from ZAMISA and yes, Dr. Malinga from the CSIR, executive for the Smart Society division.
Could I, Chair, maybe ask that you pilots to be also in the picture with the drone, to see the background.
And here, Dr. Malinga will be handing over to ZAMISA.
Yes, thanks very much. Before I do that, maybe when Mr. Skosana said a guy comes with a tie and I thought of ripping mine off, but I said, no, I'll keep it on. But I think before I do that, I think the event today, it's an example of one saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go long, go with others. And this example with the DSI, TIA, ourselves, and ZAMISA, it's us going long. And that's the intention here for us to really do things that will move our country forward, having young people involved, industry, which is what we want, and the TIA innovation, as well as the DSI as the shareholder, to see us doing things and working with the Department of KwaZulu-Natal that is responsible for human settlements. And it's a collaboration and a partnership that we believe will take the project to greater heights and be more sustainable and for a long period. And that's what we want. And so when Dr. Slapeda said we're handing out a capability, I said to myself, how do I do that? I can hand over the equipment, I can hold it and give it. But I think he is correct. What we're trying to do here is not just to give you infrastructure. It means that you need to keep the ability. Capability has got abilities in it. And so you need to come with that and ensure that that ability to use this and to deliver with it remains. And it's only through that capability is maintained. And in that sense, I can hand over capability because I'm giving this equipment to your ability to be capable. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And can I hold this? So it's heavy. How heavy is this?
Is it 3.6 kilograms?
There won't be any health issues and safety problems. Yeah.
Hold up. We are not done. Is it possible that someone can tell us about?
Sorry, Dr. Malinga, I have to remind you that we appreciate your contribution, a small token of our appreciation.
No one's taking a picture.
Very disappointing. Silent camera is
Thank you. Thank you.
Andre, would you like to maybe speak to the details? Okay. Okay, so of course this sits within the context of the DSI white paper and the decadal plan. So I'd like to please call Mr. Ngoveni to come speak for the DSI.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to everyone who's here from our partners, CSIR, TIA, ZAMISA, and also our department, human settlements, who are not here due to some other, I think, commitments. I'm Dian Goveni, as they've indicated. I'm from a Sustainable Human Settlements unit, which falls within the Chief Directorate of the Innovation for Inclusive Development. So my DDG, Mboneni Mufe, would have wanted to be here, but is out of the country. I think the planning was clashing a bit, and also Mr. Musia is not around. The Chief Director for IID is not around. Let me first appreciate the project managers who were responsible for this project. As I've indicated, that I'm from Inclusive Development. So in 2018, I think we entered into a MOU with the Provincial Department of Human Settlements, which we do with other departments, water and sanitation, human settlements, the municipalities and stuff. So when we're discussing, I think, how we can work together, there was a challenge that I had in terms of informal, the expansion of informal settlements and land innovation, which will assist them in, planning within the province and stuff. So we identified, this project as one of the, the demonstration or the flagship project that can assist the provincial department in curbing or reducing, the expansion of these informal settlements. And we approached, I think, TIA, CSIR, and then we came together, and then we came up with this type of project, which we were handing over the capabilities, as the Dr. Slapelo said. So I think one of the objectives was to curb, the expansion of informal settlements. Number one. Number two was to include, the SMMEs beyond how we are used to doing things at the DSI, because we've been working with science councils, we've been working with departments, we've been working with municipalities, but wanted to work more with the SMMEs, the previously disadvantaged groups, women, youth, and the disabled groups. So that's how we came about in identifying ZAMISA. As I've indicated, that I'm from Inclusive, so this project was one of the projects that wanted to, to include youth and also the previously disadvantaged groups. So I think without waste of time, I think we really appreciate the contribution that has been made by our entities and our partners. We'll continue working with them in future, projects. With, I think, what Chris was presenting about regarding the future actions and also the recommendations, we are trying to come up with a national project, a national program, which is going to be looking at this particular project, where we're going to include, youth who are going to be interested in manufacturing of drones, because we understand that there are few people in South Africa who are in manufacturing of drones. We're also going to be, looking at people who are going to be more pilots, because I know now we've got 4. So we want to roll out that as a national program within South Africa. We're trying to get that investment right, and then we're going to, not be working alone. We're still going to work in partnership with, our entities and stuff. So we want that someone in far as deep down in KZN, someone in deep down in Eastern Cape is able to operate, this particular machine, like our 2 pilots that we have here. So I think with those words, I think I'll just want to appreciate the partnership that we have, and also be grateful for the the project that we are handing over today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And on that note, we'd like to express our appreciation. Oh, okay, let's move across then. Let's come across for the cameras. Thank you very much for your involvement and support.
How much is it so that I can clear the department?
Smart man. So now, yes, by all means.
Good day and thanks. I just wanted to ask because I heard you speaking of throwing this nationally in which more pilots will be trained. But I just try to understand, are they going to fly drones as pilots? And what's the mission? And also the fact that we have squatter camps about the country. So flying of this and doing those research, are we looking into trying to advise or maybe try to prevent the numbers of squatter camps that we are having, especially those towards rivers? Or what is the main objective? Because I understand the issue of pilots, but with human settlements, where are we heading with it?
Okay, we have a memorandum of understanding or working relationship with the National Department of Human Settlements, which covers with all the provinces. So what we're looking at is that, informal settlements are mushrooming, are growing everywhere. Even here in Gauteng, we've got the same challenge. So we're looking at working with this provincial department and ensuring that we incubate or increasing, we're also empowering others who can manufacture drones, who can work in regulatory, who can work in licensing and all that. So that's the main vision behind the national program.
Okay. So maybe I think my follow-up question will be,
Would have been directed to the department because
Human settlements or
the human settlement, because I think from your side it's part of funding and the issue of pilots, because I'm still worried about the number of squatter camps that we are having and the actions that are taken, especially from municipalities. They wait for people to build and wait for disasters to happen and then take actions. And my thinking was that if we have these drones, immediately when we see people building, then we can have the pilots just to fly there and then give advice. And the advice can go to a community or the people who are trying to erect those. But if that's not the aim, then what will happen? Are we only going to react to disasters, or we are going to try and warn people of this thing of building squatter camps in places where it's not really conducive for human residents?
I think from our side, together with the CSIR as well, because we always work with CSIR and also our entities, we have drafted, a 10-year plan, science, technology, innovation for sustainable human settlements roadmap on how we want to see human settlements be in the coming 10 years. So in that, there are different aspects that we are trying to address. It can be in housing, it can be in technology, it can be in roads, it can be in social and also security, clusters and stuff. So I think that's what we're trying to do. But in terms of the housing elements and the other things, I think human settlements can address that. I think it's beyond me. Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now is kind of the time to learn more about this drone and see these new capabilities in action. I'd like you all to move across to the demonstration area. Or is the weather permitting? I believe it's next to building 45. Is that correct? I'm going to hand over to Andre.
The logistics from here is there's a bus for all those that are planning to go to the demonstration site. They can get the bus in front of the building. Just 600 meters from here inside our campus, and we'll take proceedings further from there. And that's also the point where you will learn much more from what is in front of us rather there than over here. Just one thing that I also want to stress today is, can I have the two people in the green shirts in front? Okay, you're looking at the two people that worked hardest throughout the 3 years. And they weren't even really mentioned by name. So, Lindukile, Stimbiso, I'm proud of you. I just want to make that clear. I have a few minutes. These two people came fresh out of university. They didn't know the top and the bottom and the front and the whatever from a drone at all. They got on board with their studies, by the way. Here's a lady that never been in the aircraft. So we bring her up for RPL training. She tells us she has never been in an aircraft ever before, and she's already going for pilot license. So just see the background where these people come from, where they started off, and where they are now. These are two highly qualified pilots at this point, maybe lacking a little bit in experience, but in terms of qualifications, I don't know, those that are in the know, they are beyond visual line of flight. So that is a high grading that they have. So that means they can commercially operate basically anything in any in quite a few conditions. So I want the whole room to clap hands for these people. And thank you very much. You guys are the guys that made us proudest. Thanks. And then those that want to join us to the demo site, the bus will be in front. Just go to that and I'll meet up with you there.
Thank you, everybody. Your presence is appreciated. Enjoy the demo.
So